If you often reach for over-the-counter pain medication, that pill isn't just helping your headache. There's a side effect you need to know about that has far-reaching implications for your overall health. And if you're taking ibuprofen several times a week, you really need to hear this, because it's probably damaging the lining of your gut. That painkiller is quietly dismantling the bacterial ecosystem that controls your immunity, your metabolism, your digestion, and even your mood. The fix is something called resistant starch. But here's the catch. If you eat it the wrong way, you could actually make your gut inflammation worse. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you the cook and cool method that makes this food effective. But first, you have to understand exactly where ibuprofen is poking those holes, so you know where to aim the repair. Most people think NSAIDs, or non-steroidal anti-inflammatories such as naproxen and ibuprofen, only target inflammation and reduce pain. But research shows they directly alter your gut microbiome in ways that look disturbingly similar to taking broad-spectrum antibiotics. You may have heard that that can be a real problem. Studies have found that regular NSAID use can reduce total gut bacterial biomass by up to 40%, wiping out beneficial species and creating space for inflammatory strains to take over. And here's what that actually means. When you take ibuprofen, it doesn't just work at the site of pain. It travels through your digestive system and weakens the protective mucus barrier lining your intestinal wall. This barrier is your first line of defense against toxins, undigested food particles, and inflammatory molecules. And when it breaks down, your gut becomes permeable. Compounds that should stay inside your intestines start leaking into your bloodstream. Your immune system detects these foreign molecules and goes into constant alert mode. And you feel this as chronic fatigue, unexplained bloating, brain fog, and persistent low-grade inflammation. Even such conditions as gout may be connected. But the damage goes deeper than that. Ibuprofen actively promotes the growth of bacterial strains found in people with inflammatory bowel disease, metabolic dysfunction, and chronic gut dysbiosis. The more frequently you use NSAIDs, the more predictable this microbial shift becomes. Your gut stops looking like a diverse, resilient ecosystem and starts resembling a monoculture dominated by inflammatory species. But here's the part that creates the real problem. Your gut bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids, which are signaling molecules that regulate inflammation throughout your entire body. The most important of these signaling molecules is called butyrate. So what is butyrate and what does it do? Butyrate is a crucial short-chain fatty acid produced by certain bacteria species in your gut. It serves as the primary energy source for colon cells, and it's vital for maintaining the integrity of the gut barrier. Butyrate does three critical things for your gut health. First, it fuels the cells that line your intestinal wall, helping them repair microscopic damage. It also reduces inflammation at the genetic level by blocking pro-inflammatory pathways. And third, it strengthens what are called the tight junctions between intestinal cells, preventing permeability in the first place. This helps those toxins and other unwanted materials from entering your bloodstream. But ibuprofen can disrupt this process by reducing the amount of those butyrate-producing bacteria, and also by inhibiting the intestine's ability to use the small amount of butyrate that is produced. This dual disruption leads to increased inflammation and intestinal permeability, also known as leaky gut, contributing to broader gut health and systemic health issues. When ibuprofen disrupts the bacteria that produce butyrate, your gut loses its primary source of protection and repair. This causes the gut lining to become weaker and inflammation increases. And ironically, you can start experiencing more of the symptoms that made you reach for that ibuprofen in the first place. This creates a feedback loop that most people never identify. So it works like this. Pain leads to ibuprofen. Ibuprofen damages the gut. Gut damage increases systemic inflammation. Inflammation causes more pain, so you take more ibuprofen. The cycle reinforces itself, and many people stay trapped in it for years without realizing the medication is contributing to the problem it's supposed to solve. So let's shift this from problem to solution. Researchers studying gut recovery after NSAID exposure found that restoring butyrate levels reverses many of the measurable changes caused by those drugs. Butyrate supplementation has been shown to promote the growth of anti-inflammatory bacterial species. This tightens the intestinal barrier, reduces the expansion of harmful bacterial strains, and helps the gut rebuild microbial diversity after chemical stress. This is why butyrate has become a major focus in research on gut repair, metabolic health, and systemic inflammation. But here's the interesting part. You don't need to supplement butyrate directly to get these results. Your body already has the machinery to produce it naturally. The bacteria living in your colon can manufacture butyrate on demand, but only if two conditions are met. First, the right bacterial species need to be present. And second, those bacteria need access to the specific raw materials that they convert into butyrate. And this is where most people make a critical mistake. They try taking probiotics, assuming that adding more bacteria will fix the problem. But probiotics don't reliably restore butyrate production. This is because the bacteria that produce butyrate are not the strains that you'll find in most probiotic blends. So the real solution isn't adding more probiotic bacteria. The real fix is feeding the butyrate-producing bacteria that already live in your gut so that they can multiply and do their job in restoring and protecting your gut health. And those helpful bacteria only grow when you give them one specific type of fuel, which is something called resistant starch. Resistant starch is a form of carbohydrate that your body can't digest in the small intestine. It passes through the small intestine untouched until it reaches the colon, where your friendly butyrate-producing bacteria ferment it into butyrate. Good sources of resistant starch include foods like cooked and cooled potatoes, rice, oats and legumes, and green bananas or plantain. And the important part here is the cooling process after cooking these foods. This is critical because it changes the molecular structure of the starch, making it resistant to digestion. And the good news is that you don't need to eat these cooked and cooled foods while they're cold. Resistant starch is not destroyed by reheating. When you eat these foods consistently, you're directly feeding the bacterial species responsible for gut repair. So what you want to do is cook potatoes, rice, any of the foods I've mentioned, let them cool in the refrigerator, and then eat them after, either cold or warm. So this creates the resistant starch that passes through the small intestine and ends up in the colon to feed the butyrate-producing bacteria. Studies show that increasing resistant starch intake can raise butyrate levels by 30 to 50% within just 2 to 3 weeks. And that's when your gut lining begins to tighten. Inflammation decreases and your microbial diversity starts to recover. Butyrate can help break the cycle that kept you dependent on NSAIDs in the first place. You can also help to support this process with prebiotic fibers found in garlic, leeks, onions, and Jerusalem artichokes. These foods feed a broader range of beneficial bacteria, including the ones that produce butyrate. But it's important to remember that your gut doesn't repair in a single day. It repairs through repeated signals that tell your microbiome what to grow, what to suppress, and what to rebuild. And butyrate is one of the strongest signals that exists for gut restoration. So if you've been relying on ibuprofen for chronic pain, headaches, or inflammation, your gut has likely taken on some level of strain, and your butyrate levels may already be much lower than they should be. And if you're still using NSAID medications, this strategy helps protect your gut while you work on addressing the root cause of your pain. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and share to help more people. Thanks for watching and be well.